Hey guys, you know what the awesome part of having a YouTube channel is? You can make fun of having a YouTube channel is? You can make fun of dumb shit like this. The internet's bad takes in Animu memes. So here we got one where they think they have a point. Gross, he's 14 and she's 29. Cool, he's 17 and she's 29. Now, to correct this, he's 19, she's 29. I googled how old Luffy is post time skip. But before time skip, he was 17. Now, here's why this is really a bad take. 14 is illegal in almost every country on the planet. I think there's only one, and I may just be wrong on this, which has an age of consent of 13. Every other country has it at least at 16. I think a few have it at 15. Japan just changed theirs, so they are no longer 15, and she is 29. You're defending grooming, brah. Luffy, on the other hand, is 17 pre-time skip and 19 post-time skip. He is a consenting adult. Now, the point they're trying to make is, hey, why are people not okay with the age difference between these two characters? Because one's literally a minor retard. We kind of agree that, hey, you can't have sex with people underage. Now, if you want to have a conversation about the nature of age to consent laws, that's an entire different discussion. But you are not going to win this on the grounds of an adult woman having a sexual, well, she didn't really have intercourse with them, because that comes from Evangelion. But unwanted, inappropriate contact would be probably the best word. So, yeah, one's literally either a misdemeanor or a felony, and the other one's perfectly legal underneath the eyes of the law. That's a really bad take. And for some reason, the comments think it's actually a good take. Other than people pointing some stuff out or correcting them. But a lot of people think this is actually a valid point of, why is it unfair about the age difference? It's like, look, if you want to talk about some age differences being accepted and not accepted, that's a good argument to have, and it's really going to boil down to probably situational circumstances where one character is like, and the relationship is, and how the relationship, I should say, is viewed, or basically the person is just going to be straight up against, age differences. But in this case, it is literally underage. So, yeah, there's a very good reason why to be against the first one. Hey, so before we exit off here, going to cut in. Sorry, Past Kevin, you made a mistake because you forgot this one exists. We're going to have a second bad take, and this time it's actually in-gaming. So, online gaming community is gamers actually play games for fun instead of always being overly competitive. Now, this is a meme made by people who suck for people who suck. And I say that as someone who sucks but at least tries. Now, to be fair, my internet might have been causing this issue, but I had this issue on Apex Legends where my shots would literally not register. And this is why I rage quit this game twice, because you'd get this point where it was just undeniably happening, and then I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm not playing this game if my hits aren't going to register. That's why I keep sucking. I'm not great at online games, so I really can't, ace it with a disadvantage like that. But holy hell, were randoms, just absolutely horrible. And I say that as probably the unfortunate person that was the bad random for someone. Because here's the thing, right? Because my shots don't register and because I get bodied pretty easily, I take a more cautious approach to combat. And the matchmaking thought, hey, we should either matchmaking with people who absolutely suck or people who are way better than him. I was like, can you match me with people with my skill level? And the worst part is, sometimes I think some of the people actually were pretty good, but they ran off to fight in some combat and they just got bodied. which is why I didn't do that. But that being said, the whole point of online games is to be competitive. Now, you could argue some people take it too hard and go too far with it, but you also can counter the argument with saying, like, hey, people have a limited time and you don't know these people's circumstances. Maybe they take it seriously and they hop on and they just want to enjoy a couple good rounds because that's all they're going to have time for. And then being stuck with this person who absolutely sucks because of bad matchmaking just ruins their very limited amount of time to enjoy a game that they take seriously. Or they're just try way too hard. Now, I don't even like the idea of tryhards. I get it, like in the extreme sense, but it's like, hey, oh, you take something seriously? Oh my god, you're such a tryhard. It's just lame. But the comments on this one actually were way better. If they weren't allowed to be competitive, a ton of gamers wouldn't even be gamers, like crazy amounts. Thus, less money in the industry, thus less games would exist. I love playing games that has a competitive edge. It's my main interest. You just don't have to be an asshole to those around you. See, that's a good comment. Like, look, I've had people that suck, but I've never been an outright asshole to them. Okay, except for like one people, but they were just obnoxious, just douchebags. And after I like just lost it at them bitching after they failed to secure a very easy objective in Dirty Bomb and told them off, because they were just blaming everyone but themselves for failing. Like, everyone in chat was like, oh, dude, you did good, man. And I found out, like, everyone else apparently was just so sick of them, they just blocked them. So they weren't even hearing what they were saying. They just heard me going off at them in silence. Now, keep in mind, right after I went off on them, this other guy got the objective, got it back, secured it. I stood there at the objective, waiting for it to respawn, because that's how you, in the map, that's how you did this one Dirty Bomb. I think it's retrieval. I don't remember what it's called. And then I rushed it back there, and then I secured it under a bit more gunfire. And then I concluded with, and that's how it's done. Because it was just me and this other guy, and I didn't even escort the other guy out of the building. I think I was proxy. So I was standing guard there, killing anyone who came in, which I think I got like 1 or 2 people. Then I grabbed the objective and then got out when it hit back. But that being said, like, you don't really have to be a complete asshole to people, because some people, like, they just suck and they're just trying to have a good time. And they know they suck, because I kind of suck at online games. Like, I'm not going to be a pro, Fortnite player. I hate that building. Oh my god, do I hate that building. Hey, I got someone dead to rights. Oh, they just randomly built a building. Wow, that's really fun. And yes, I know that's the whole point of the game. That just annoyed the hell out of me the amount of times I had someone dead to rights. But that being said, good point. What do you do when you get trolls and shitheads on your team in a high elo ranked? Yeah, that's a good point too, because you have people who will literally intentionally suck when you're in a high rank. And here's the thing about high ranks, for if you don't play these games, you can get busted down to a lower rank by just having a bad match. Or you'll have to spend like a couple hours not hours, but a couple rounds getting back up to that higher rank. Deal with it, move on. Yeah, pretty much. Like, let's be honest, like, if you know people are going to be shitty in a game like Apex Legends, just pre-mute the chat. Kind of what I do. Workframe community is very nice. So here's a good point, though. Like, there's a lot of games that have really great communities, especially the farming sim genre. Like, there's just play. Like, if you don't want to be in an overly competitive game, just find a game that you enjoy that's not competitive. That simple. See, a lot of people, they just want like things handed to them in life because that's just how they're used to living. You stole my comment. Because it's PvE. PvE communities are really nice. It's PvP that's usually toxic. No. See, gotta disagree with that. See, what a lot of people call toxic is like, hey, we expect you not to suck and to perform well. And if you suck and don't perform well, we're going to be kind of irritated at you because you're dragging us down. and you're directly inconveniencing us and ruining our experience. Also, I've played games where people said, "Oh, the community is really toxic," and yeah, there was like I maybe ran into like a couple douchebags, but for the most part, like if you just put effort into it, people were generally okay with it. But you did have like those people who literally would blame everyone but themselves for their own screw ups. So I get the alternative. So maybe I just got lucky in my matchmaking, which yeah, you're never gonna hear that fucking saying out of my mouth again. Competitive games are worse. We need more co-op play. Not gonna argue against that. Like we do need more co-op play. I don't really do co-op. I like doing my stuff solo, but I have friends I like to play with. For some people, it's fun to be efficient, and I don't see a problem with it. Yeah, good point. Warframe, in my opinion, though, let's use Destiny for example. I can only do an encounter in a raid so many times before I start to go mentally insane. I don't think myself to be competitive, but doing the same encounter over and over drives me up a wall. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, you have people who, well, in this case, he just can't stand doing it repeatedly, or she, whoever, this in person, and they only have a limited time to play games. So they don't really like it to deal with people who absolutely suck. This playing World of Warcraft with my brother soon became incredibly fun because he would just optimize the dick out of it to the point of obsession. Pl- if you weren't if you weren't playing his way, then you were doing it wrong. I swear he never played it to have fun. Now, dude, I don't like min-maxing. I think it kind of limits the entire point of the experience, and I don't like games that force you to have to min-max. Now, be somewhat competent with your builds. Yeah, that's reasonable. Um, but for some people, min-maxing is literally how they have fun. So, just don't play with your brother. Agree, you don't want to play co-op with me unless you're at least good as I am. I am working on my attitude, though. Dude, bro recognizes who he is. Oh, Rock and Stone! I really gotta play that game. What was his name? Deep Crack Galactic. I most assuredly did not go off and Google this and then clip it. That totally didn't happen. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Don't say anything in the comments. Rock and Stone, Rock and Stone. To the bone. That one, that might be Deep Rock Galactic too, but It Takes Two. I'm trying to remember if that's that one really bad game. Like, holy crap, was that ending horrible? No, I think that's the one where you have the two brothers. But I only have fun if I win. Now, here's the thing: is like I don't need to win, but I'm not going to be happy if I lose for anything outside my own fault. It got so bad to the point where I literally was like, "Hey, look, I'll help you as my teammate, but if you go do something stupid, I'm leaving you for dead." But fun is the point of competition. What are you talking about? Yeah. So again, like this is like one of those memes for either non-gamers or people who are tourists. And let's just call them tourists. This is a game for tourists by tourists. And they just don't get it because they just want to be handled like, oh, we want to be treated really nice and with kid gloves and all of that. And these people are the reason why companies like Microsoft can get away with outright censoring you for just, actually not censoring, but just, no, it is censoring, but removing access to your account just because you said a swear word or they think you said a swear word. It is absolutely ridiculous. And these people are chasing this mythical audience that doesn't want to game and they're really alienating their own audience. And like I really liked Team Xbox this generation, but that ESG DEI direct and them now banning people for toxic comments in online play. Yeah, I mean, I was only Team Xbox because they were the pro consumer one this generation. As soon as they stop doing that, I'm out. Like it's that simple. Like because I can just dump a bunch of money to PC, but This is a bad takes in game and not like a side rant on crap like that. So now I'm going to cut back away to past Kevin to give you the outro. Post your comments on this bad take down in the comment section. Leave a like, subscribe if you so desire. It ain't like YouTube's really going to notify you anyway, but it makes my numbers look good, and it helps me get closer to getting that sweet, sweet advertisement revenue. That's all I gotta say. Peace out, people.